Hey, Adrian, good morning.
Hey, good morning. Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. So you are in Missouri right now, 8 hours away from Michigan.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So I would like to thank you, by the way, not because I'm recording this, but really you gave me the opportunity to be able to help you with your business. I know I'm offshore, but yeah, I also learned a lot from you. I love how we work together. I've been with you for a couple of months, so thank you
Yes.
so much for that.
And I want to thank you too for your patience and your dedication and your time and reminding me, hey, don't forget about this person. Don't forget about that person. Because as you know, we get super duper busy. So sometimes, that's what happens.
Going back, um, what was your major in college and why did you choose real estate, by the way?
My major in college, I did undergrad in business administration. At first, I was doing pre med, but I realized quickly that I did not like science classes. Like I was taking cell biology, physics, and it was just like not my thing. I basically had to cheat to get decent grades, so it was just not working out for me. So I took a business like 101 class, and it was like a light bulb came on and I just started really excelling. I really didn't have to work real hard to get my grades. Everything made sense to me. So I was like, okay, I just need to switch gears and go this direction. So I got my undergrad in business administration. Then I went on to get an MBA in business as well. And as far as why I chose real estate, it was kind of like just a natural evolution for me. I had started out doing the contracting work, property preservation. I started that in 2015. And then just kind of through, osmosis, things just start kind of working out. We started expanding, and it just seemed like the next step for me to just put that tool in my toolbox. And I had actually partnered with a real estate broker who had been a broker for 20 years and got office space in his building. And I started just kind of hearing more about, working with investors on that side of the table, working with buyers and sellers. And I thought, you know what? I've always been good at sales, so why not? Because even before the property preservation, I was a bartender. So, and that's sales, you're selling food and drink. So it made sense.
Of course, I know how you work. I know how you grind your ass, and I'm
Yes.
a living testament to it. But let me ask you this. Right now, we are in the middle of the pandemic, right? How, I mean, what are the challenges that we as a team had to face doing business in the middle of this?
Well, I think depending on what industry you're talking about, like as far as contracting, it's been very difficult to get contractors to work. There is a shortage of qualified, skilled contractors out there that want to work. But as far as with real estate, it really hasn't affected like our business per se. We are still, getting things like we have right now. We've got like what, 8, 9 clients under contract. We've got a lot of prospects that we can turn into leads, and we're getting, prospects on a daily basis. So I feel like it really hasn't had a negative impact on us per se, but overall, I think that a lot of people, they're scared to do things because of the pandemic. Maybe they're getting a little bit of analysis paralysis. Oh, what if, this happens, or what if that happens? Some people may be scared to buy and may feel more inclined to just stay a renter, which that's great because there's plenty of landlords, myself included, who will continue to just take your money and gladly you can just pay their mortgage and not your own. It works beautifully. So yeah, so I think there is that trend of people who are like, oh, I'm just gonna wait, I don't know what's gonna happen. People are hoping that we have a like an influx of houses, and there's a trend where like the houses are going to get cheaper, but the supply and demand determine the price of the housing, and there's a housing shortage, there's a contractor shortage, so the demand for houses is still going to be high
Yeah, it's
you know
still the same.
yeah, exactly. And it depends on the price point too, because if you've got buyers that are in the under 200K, then their buying pool is different than say a buyer who's 300, 400, $500,000, pricing point. Their income level is different, so their the pool of properties that are available is different as well. So
Yeah, makes sense. And I know you are successful in what to do right now, but I'd like to ask you, like in general, what are the characteristics as a realtor, as an agent to become successful? Because in the Philippines, we don't have the MLS and Zillow. It's applicable to both. So, what can you say, or what do you think are the characteristics that needed for you to become a successful agent?
I think even whether you're on the mainland over here like I am, or in the Philippines or Dhaka or wherever you are, your net worth is your network. Like you have to be able to network. You have to be able to talk to people. You have to be able to make people feel comfortable with you. And sometimes, it's going to take a minute for them to feel comfortable with you. But I think internally, you need to have ambition, drive, and determination to succeed and to continue. And of course, we all have good days and bad days. Everybody has ups and downs, and you need to be able to put your personal things to the side and focus on your work and be consistent. I think being consistent and persistent are two characteristics that you really need as an entrepreneur, because basically as a realtor or even a contractor, whatever you're doing, you're basically an entrepreneur. You're in charge of your business and how your business is going to go or it's not going to go. So I think you need to really have a good internal compass of, okay, let me be organized. Let me kind of time block. Let me set aside time to do this and this, and to be able to block people out. Like I was telling you, sometimes in the morning, I just want to do, lead follow up. I want to spend a couple hours just returning phone calls, calling people. Hey, you talked to my inside sales agent, Kert, a few days ago. Just wanted to make sure you got the CMA that we provided for you. See if you have any questions, tell you a little bit about myself, maybe tell you a little bit about these off-market properties that we have, whatever, just to kind of get that dialogue going and building that relationship. And so you really do have to be able to time block and proper time management for sure. That's another key thing. Yeah.
I agree because I've worked with several realtors in the past and we buried a lot of leads by not following them up. Now, in relation to it, how helpful is it to have a VA like me?
Extremely. I mean, you first of all, to be successful, I don't care what your business is. You could be running, a multi-million dollar, public relations company, or just a mom and pop shop, where you're selling gas. You need a team in place. You need people that you can delegate things out to. You need a team that shares your vision, that you guys have good communication. You need standard operating procedures. You need to have people that are versatile, that can learn things and apply them. You need to have people that want to grow with you. So having a VA that has the right attitude and those characteristics is going to be extremely helpful to your business. I know so many realtors, like the people who've been in doing it for a really long time, that they don't even have a virtual assistant. I'm like, well, how do you do it? Because I came into it as a successful serial entrepreneur already with the 3 property preservation companies and all of that. So I already had a team, Melissa, the office manager, and, Richard, and then the crews and all that. So you need a team. If you don't have a team, you're dead in the water. Like if you're a lone wolf, you're dead in the water to me. Like your business is going to suffer and your bottom line is going to suffer. Because I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, it takes money to make money. So if you are able to delegate those things out, like some of the people, like Harold, our one client, like that was a lead you generated. Colette, like all the people who we're currently working with, if the phone call was never made, the initial phone call, then how would you make that connection?
Yeah,
And you
and
And your
And
team
even
has to
right
have
now, there are already like a lot of people in the team. Even at times, we are swamped. So how much more if you're only one person in the team, right?
right. I mean, you can't do it. I mean, it depends on what you're trying to do. Are you trying to be a top producer? Are you trying to grow a legacy, or are you just trying to do like, maybe a couple transactions here and there as like a hobby? If you want it as a hobby, then that's fine. You could be a lone wolf. That's fine. But if
Yeah.
you're trying to build something substantial and you want to skyrocket your business, you need a team, because the acronym for team, together everybody accomplishes more. That's what that means. So that's what you need to be successful, in my opinion.
Okay. And as a realtor, what tips can you give to VAs like me to become successful in this field, considering there are right now a lot of competitions and good ones out there?
Well, I think as a VA, to be successful, you need to understand American culture. You need to know the market that you're working in. Like, say you're working with a realtor that's located in the greater Metro Detroit area. You need to know what counties. You need to know Macomb County, Oakland County, Wayne County. You need to be looking at the maps, studying the maps, so that if you're talking to a prospect and they say, hey, do you guys have any properties in Canton? Well, actually, yeah, we do. We have a listing right now in Canton, and you can go into that spiel, send it over to them, or say they're like, well, hey, I'm looking for a property, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom in Clinton Township. Do you guys have anything on there? You can quickly hop on Zillow and say, oh yeah, there's plenty of properties in that area. Adrienne will follow up with you, and she will send you over, the available listings, and then you guys can discuss whatever to get you out to go look at your property. You need to understand how to get as much information as possible from the prospect. You need to be able to pre-qualify them. What is their motivation for buying or selling? Are they pre-approved? Are they going to finance? Are they a cash buyer? What are they looking for? What are their goals? You need to have people skills and to be able to listen to what the prospect is saying, and to not come across as a robot. It needs to free flow, like how your conversations do. Because I've listened to hundreds of them, and they free flow. It doesn't sound like you're reading from a script, because people don't like that. That is a total turn off for anybody. You're reading from a script. You're not really versatile. I also think that to be an effective and efficient virtual assistant, you have to have other skill sets besides appointment setting and being on the phone. You need to be able to help out with back office stuff. Like if your CRM is SkySlope or KV Core, you need to be familiar with it. You need to be able to, send out mass emails. Like if we get a listing, okay, hey, let's send out a mass email, or
Yeah.
even just putting together an email for like a CMA, like a follow-up. Hey, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. It was great. Maybe bringing up something that you discussed during the conversation. So they're like, oh, wow, they really were paying attention. And then that way, when I follow up, I could, follow up on that or whatever you said. So I just think it's important to have a very diverse skill set and to be someone who's open to learning new things on a daily basis. And also you need to be able to be open for suggestions, constructive
Feedback.
criticism, feedback, myself as well. That's why I'm always asking, hey, what do you think about this? Or do you guys think we should do that? Or like when I was asking you about branding and things of that nature, because like I said, you've been working with realtors for many, many years. So you know things about certain things that I may not know about, or like maybe you have an older realtor that you've been working with who's been doing it for 30 years and they do things a certain type of way. And hey, maybe we could implement that in our business. So I think you just have to be very open-minded as well.
I like what you said. And with the realtors, with other realtors doubting the contribution of not Filipino VAs, but VAs in particular, how will you convince them to try it and outsource what they do?
I think that anybody that wants to grow their business needs to seriously consider it, even if you're not going to work with somebody offshore. I like offshore because, as you know, my family's from a different place as well. So I like the energy and the synergy of working with people offshore. I've worked with offshore people since 2015, and I feel like, The work ethic is there. They're very, dedicated. They are like very supportive. I have, relationships with people who I've worked with over the years. Even if we're not working together anymore, we still communicate on Skype, and, we're friends on Facebook. Like, I feel like you have to have an open mind. So let's hypothetically say, okay, well, I don't want to work with someone offshore. Okay, that's fine. Well, maybe get somebody over here if you can afford it that you want to work with. But I think that having a virtual assistant is key to growing your business. And if somebody really wants to grow their business, I think that it's definitely an investment you should consider.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
I
lot of
think if you
realtors
want to
don't
grow your business.
realize they wanted like an outcome right away. And we do have listings right now, right? Is it okay to even ask that?
Of course, it's okay to ask that. Yes, we do. And actually, I've got amazing, wonderful news. I just want to share it with you. So, okay, so as you know, I'm in Missouri, right?
Uh-huh.
So I found an amazing showing agent. He was like, I hit him up on Workplace, which Workplace is like our central place where we can all communicate. I can communicate with agents all over the world that are part of my brokerage. So, I put up a posting and I said, "Oh my God, I need a showing agent like ASAP."
Uh,
And he was awesome, amazing. Went out, showed our Canton sellers because we have their
oh, okay.
showed them a house. They love, love, love it. And so he showed it to him twice. Of course, I paid him or whatever. It's totally worth it. And so basically, their house is under contract. We found a buyer. And it was so cool because I love my clients that really listen to me and really trust my judgment, because we had an offer for 305. But they were like, well, we really don't want to go under 310. I said, let's just counter 310. We'll tell them we'll throw in a home warranty, because they already had a home warranty, but we were just going to throw in another one. And so we did, and it worked. And the agent is like super nice, super easy. The buyer's agent, super easy to talk to. And we actually had a funny experience with another buyer in common. Remember, I told you at the open house, a lady came in and was like, "Hey, I want to write up an offer."
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but she ended up ghosting us. But the same person ended up doing the same thing to one of her agents, and her agent wrote like 15 offers for these people. So clearly they're not serious. So
Okay.
yeah, so we have that house, it's under contract. And I have the status as accepting backup offers. But once we do the inspection, which their house is amazing, they've got like a $20,000 waterproofing system in the basement and a triple sump pump, which is absolutely amazing. So I don't anticipate any issues with the home inspection at all. So basically their house is under contract, and they have a very, very cool mortgage broker who like sent them over a pre-approval. We put in an offer on the house that I had the showing agent show them. And it looks like, fingers crossed, ojalá, that we're going to get it, because I talked to that listing agent who was, again, super cool, super amazing, very easy to talk to. And she told me that there was another offer, but the other people's offer is like contingent on them selling their house, and their house isn't even on the market. So it's like, I don't know, like, you know what I'm saying? So since our house is already on the market and it's already under contract, I feel like we got it. And we revised our offer, because I was like, listen, if we can get a little closer to the offering price, I think we can get it. I really do. Just because when you're dealing with a listing agent, if they're going to talk to you and they're giving you, like, sometimes listing agents are like super dry and they're just like, send over your offer, and that's it. But if they'll talk to you and they'll give you feedback, you got something.
You're in
So
good hands.
yeah, so we'll know something today, because I asked her, I'm like, are you guys going to decide today? I kind of want to tell my clients, because they're really excited. They really want the house. So yeah, so it's definitely looking like we're going to go there. And then we have another listing, Colette's listing, which is pending now because we had our inspection and it went fine. There was a couple things
Oh, so
that the
you already
buyers,
accepted it.
yeah, they accepted it. We had the inspection, and as soon as the inspection was done, I changed the status to pending, because now we're for sure moving forward. And then we
Nice.
have that other one coming up in Detroit. They're already under contract. And then we have the one lady in Warren that she needs to clean her place out, but she definitely says she wants to. And we've got like Harold has a couple that he wants to list. So we've got quite a few things coming up.
That's so nice to hear. And would
Yes.
you agree that working with VAs, they are both, or they can be both, a gamble and an investment? And why?
Okay, I do agree they can be a gamble and an investment, but here goes the thing. I'm very, and you know this about me, I am very, like, I have set standard operating procedures. I monitor what people are doing. So you can't just like hire someone and not monitor what they're doing. You have to have a system of checks and balances in place. I don't care if it's a contractor, a virtual assistant, even somebody that's just giving you a manicure or a pedicure. You have to have a system in place. So I think that, yes, it is a gamble, but again, there's certain things that you can do ahead of time to make sure that the virtual assistant is a good fit for your personality type and your team. You interview the person, you try to make sure you know what type of personality they have, ask them pertinent questions, ask them about their experience, what CRMs are they familiar with? What, like, are they familiar with Vulcan 7? Are they familiar with Mojo? What can they do? Give them a scenario of something and ask them, how would you handle this? Or even role play with them. You have to feel them out to make sure that they're a good fit for you. I wouldn't suggest just hiring somebody and throw it up against the wall and see what happens. You have to put a little bit of time into the person that you're going to be, of course, paying for a service and bringing onto your team, making sure like, hey, is this person a good fit for me? Can I really see my company or my brand growing with this person and what they bring to the table? And is this someone who's versatile, who wants to learn new things, who wants to maybe grow and maybe, help my business grow and help their business grow? And if the answers are yes, yes, and yes, then it's possibly a good fit. I mean, I had a couple people who I tried out before I found you, and how I found you was I saw you saying something in a Facebook group, and I was like, ooh, I like how he's talking. Let me hit him up and see if he's looking
I
for,
remember that.
yeah. And I was like, oh, I like this guy. Like, I like, and then your English is very good. You're professional. You're a dog parent too. So that's like a plus. So yeah, so it's a good fit, and your prices are reasonable, very, very, consistent, and, nothing but positive things to say. And I know I'm not always the easiest person to work with because, I can be very demanding. I know that about myself. I'm not in denial about it. Even in my personal life, it's like, okay, calm down. But that's just, it is what it is. So I would say it's an investment and a gamble, but you have to leverage yourself if you want to grow your business. That's important, in my opinion. Definitely.
Well, that would end my question. I think you've shared like enough, and I thank you so much for your time. I know today you are very, very busy, so thank you so much. And
You're
again, thank you so
welcome.
much for the opportunity.
You're welcome.
Go
Thank
bring
you.
home the bacon, and I'll see you Monday.
Yes, definitely.